Hi, everybody. My name is Karen Holton, and I'm host of a couple of YouTube shows. One of them is the Quantum Guide Show, and the other one I co-host with Chris Matthew of Forbidden Knowledge News, and it's called Forbidden Transformation. The purpose of pretty much all the material and content that I create is to inspire you to reach within, to find your own greatness, and to connect with other people who feel the same way that you do. There's something terribly wrong with this world, but this is no cause for despair because we have such amazing talents, internal resources, invisible spirit guides, angels, interdimensionals, ETs, all kinds of beings that are just waiting to get to know you better, to be invited into your world. And so at the close of 2020, it's been a hell of a ride, folks. So much material, so much information coming out, and quite frankly, sometimes I don't know what to believe. And it's in those times that I go within. I contact my guides, my higher self, the great source of all things, and I have a little chat with them. I do that every day, and it really helps to keep me sane. So this morning, I am just making a very short podcast to let you know that I feel you, and I am aware of you, and that I love you very, very much. Sorry, I don't mean to get emotional, but, I feel my feelings pretty strongly, and I'm not ashamed of them. And sometimes they just come out, my eyes, in water form, and I don't even know why. And I'm not even going to try to find out why. So this morning, I'm just having a nice little lovely cup of tea. I wanted to have a very brief chat with you. I wanted to, my purpose is to just connect with you and let you know how much I care about you and how much hope I have for humanity as a whole. We are friggin' amazing, guys. You're amazing. I'm amazing. And together we're really super amazing. There's nothing we can't do. And so I'm going to continue my work throughout the upcoming year, even adding to it. I'm thinking of participating in a radio show, having my own show, which is very exciting. And that will be streamed globally. I'm going to continue with YouTube as long as they allow me to. And we know within this huge day of huge censorship, channels are just disappearing left, right, and center. So I don't know how long I'll be around, but I'll do my very best to keep you posted and let you know where I am and what I'm doing. And I'll always encourage you to join us. Now, I don't get paid anything for making my podcasts. I don't get paid anything for my wonderful quantum health transformation program. That's over 20 videos there's no perfect time than now while people are under lockdown to view the quantum health transformation program. It's completely free. There's no strings attached. I won't even know unless you contact me if you've seen it or not. And there's no cost whatsoever. It was important for me to develop a program that not only didn't have any cost, but was as universal as possible. And since most people, well, I shouldn't say most, but quite a few people do speak some form of English, and since many of you have the internet, this seemed to be the best way for me to present the information to you. And so I'm going to keep doing that. And what I have coming up in the future is to also be featured on a brand new social media platform that's coming out of the UK. And that is the beautiful Pathway website. And myself and some other forward-thinking and spiritual people will also be featured there. And that's hosted by Mateyus Winters. So check him out. And eventually you will be seeing my content featured there. And of course, Forbidden Knowledge News is coming out with their brand new platform. I know some of you are a bit discouraged because the platform has been promised over the last 6 months. One thing or another has just prevented it from happening. So my guess is it just wasn't time, but now it is time. And so that's happening in January, and I also will be featured there. And neither of these two platforms have any censorship. So I may or may not be able to stream and share also this material on YouTube. We'll find out. I'm hoping to diversify into LBRY for my podcasts, and I also would like to try out Parler. To be quite honest with you, I did sign up for MeWe. I've had quite a few friend requests, but the problem with MeWe is it's, in my opinion, trash. All I get is people contacting me to try to promote whatever they're selling or doing without really paying their dues as to, are they for real? Are they actually doing real good in this world? And then, of course, there's a plethora of weird people who just contact me and want to waste my time. I know that probably from their perspective, they're very important and I should just drop everything and be there for them. But my life doesn't work that way. So just going to tell you that. I'm also very discouraged with Facebook, the constant changes, revisions, restrictions, censorship, not to mention that a lot of you rely on the fact checkers, and the fact checkers are dirty, rotten scoundrels. I'll just tell you right now. They are ensuring that we get nothing but propaganda and that the truth is suppressed. And so I'm not very impressed with Facebook either. And it's my hope that over this upcoming year, I'll be able to separate myself from Google and all the entrapments that go with that. I'm also seriously considering, as I mentioned earlier, to have a radio podcast, and that hopefully is going to be on People for People Radio, which is streamed out of Scotland, and my content will be streamed to the whole world, and I'm really excited about that. And I'm going to continue on with the Quantum Guide Show. That show is introducing you to people who have woke up, see that pretty much everything we've been told is a big fat lie, and they've managed to take care of themselves through the shock and awe and realizations, and they've come to the point where they now realize they have a part to play in changing reality, and they offer something that they've created to the world. So that might be people who have, psychic abilities and are helping people that way. It might be people who are sharing their ET experiences, all kinds of information. I even have friends on there who have been experimenting with time travel and all kinds of really, really neat stuff. And so I invite you to go to my YouTube channel, which is Holton TV, and check out the Quantum Guide Show. I've produced close to 30 episodes now, and there's just so much information there for you. And we're not asking you to believe us or to run out and do what we do, but certainly I am asking you to have a look and see if there's anything there that will make your life better. And I sure hope it will, because that's the purpose of the show, right? I'm just having a bit of green tea before I go live with Chris Matthew for the Forbidden Transformation show. And that's another show that's very interesting, because what Chris has recently had his first paranormal experience, and I've been having them for years. I'm actually working on a book right now that's going to be very detailed about the intergalactic resettlement program. I'm very excited about producing this book, and a big thank you to Preston Dennett, who is helping me to figure out how to publish on Amazon and how to get my ducks in a row. And he's just been absolutely wonderful. I would definitely check out anything by Preston Dennett. He's a wonderful author. He has been a MUFON UFO investigator and UFO experience investigator. He knows everything there is to know about UFOs, in my opinion. And so getting back to the Forbidden Transformation show, today is our 9th in the series, and we only hold 2 shows a month. One of them is a guest who has had paranormal experiences, and the other one is teaching and or discussion. So up till now, we've had quite a bit of teaching, and the purpose, in case you missed it or I didn't mention it, is to teach people to have ET and intergalactic and interdimensional experiences for themselves, because you're all capable of it. You know, those of us that do this, we don't have any real special skills. We just happen to be willing, and we reach out and we keep trying until we're successful. And we want to teach you all the tips and the ways of knowing and the different things that we do to help make our life experience certainly way, way more rewarding. And when we have contact by going within, it's much more difficult to rattle us or envelope us in fear, because we're running on the love harmonic, which is the harmonic of the universe. And so in the new year, we're going to change the format a little bit to include more of you in the show. So the Quantum Guide show at this point is pre-recorded, but the Forbidden Transformation with Karen and Chris show, which is coming up pretty soon today, it's a live stream, and all you have to do is show up for the show while we're live streaming and enter any questions or comments or anything you have to say in the chat. And Chris and I will do our very best to include you in the conversation. Now, sometimes when we have a guest, it's hard. We're covering so much material. It's hard to actually take time to take questions. But certainly on the alternative shows, which is every other second week, we're going to open it up to more discussion, because we want to validate your experiences, and we certainly want to help you out with anything you need help with in the paranormal realities, and there are so many. That's the other thing, folks. There's no point in arguing who's right and who's wrong, because there are many separate timelines, and they're all going on at the same time. And so that can at first be a little overwhelming when we understand that, but it also really helps us to stay on track, to not judge or put down anybody else, just to work on our own stuff and realizing that it's all valid. And we're all working towards the new positive timeline. Now, I believe the whole new positive future equation originated with Alfred Lambremont Webre. I definitely would check out anything you can find on him in Exopolitics. In Forbidden Transformation, in the description box below the show, we always include links to all of Alfred's books, which right now are available on Amazon by donation. And no, I don't get anything for promoting Alfred. I will promote anybody who I think is doing wonderful work in this world. And I don't care if I get paid for it or not. So that's what's going on with the shows. Periodically, I appear on Forbidden Knowledge News with Chris Matthew and sometimes with Corey Hughes, giving the Canadian perspective on what the hell is going on in this world. And I'm, of course, guest on all kinds of other shows. And so I have on my YouTube channel, I have some playlists. One of them I recommend is called The Science of Reality. And it's just a whole bunch of material done by a whole bunch of people about how reality actually works, in case you're interested in finding out more about how Chris and I are able to do the things that we do, or Alfred Lambremont Webre, or Preston Dennett, or any of our friends. It's a wonderful playlist. Another one that I have is called Karen's YouTube guest appearances, or Karen's appearances. And in that playlist is all the different shows that I have been invited to, those that I'm able to link up through YouTube at this point. So I'm a little slow on the get-go when it comes to technology. So I'm doing the best I can to make things happen as nicely as possible for all you folks out there. But that's about all I have to say. I just want to let you know that I'm really thinking about you. I am very concerned about what's going on in the world. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't mention that, is I'm also part of an international tribunal that is called a Natural and Common Law Tribunal, and it's organized by Alfred Lambremont Webre, and we have been working for a couple of months to stop the restrictions and to stop some of the things that are nefarious that are going on in our world right now. We've all been working very hard, and it's check it out on Peace in Space. That's Alfred's tribunal primary source for tribunal information at this time. And you'll be happy to know that we already have formed and delivered the indictment, and we have already had our evidence trial and found the parties we were charging as guilty. It's now going out through several different avenues in the world for enforcement. And although we are recommending some jail time, we also are looking forward to a truth and reconciliation program in the upcoming year, where people like Bill and Melinda Gates and the owners or organizers or whatever, the leaders of different worlds or different, I guess you call it nations on earth here, and also a lot of the, pharmaceutical companies and different things like that. Check it all out on Peace in Space and find out who is being charged. So in the upcoming year, we hope to then move into a truth and reconciliation program. Now, this program was very successful in South Africa after they abolished apartheid, and it's the same system that we want to use to bring justice to planet Earth over the next year. So we're very excited about that too. So enough jibber jab from Karen. I just want to let you know I'm with you. You're in my heart. I love you very much. I'm looking forward to a bright and prosperous new year. And I want all of you to be happy and to have everything you need, enough food and adequate shelter and everything you need, because there's more than enough of everything to go around to everybody. And the lies we've been told about overpopulation and climate change is all lies. There's more than enough room for all of us and another 6 billion and more than that on this planet. There's also amazing ways that we could be living by taking advantage of some of our wildernesses, some of our oceans, some of our subterranean areas. There's so many ways that we could be living and living more efficiently and in better harmony with the planet, that we could just be doing all of that. And it's not that hard. It's really not that hard. We just have to remove those that are suffering from psychopathy. And I'm not even talking about the everyday kind of neighbor you might have who's not very, maybe compassion and empathy are not their strong suit. I'm talking about the people who are taking over the planet, are trying to take over all the populations, not just us, the animals, the bugs, all the lies, they're all going to come out, and we're going to see some amazing justice on this planet. So I want to give you basically a message of cheer, a message of happiness, a message of hope, and stick with the winners, okay? And you know who they are. They're whoever you think are the winners. Check with them. Find out what's going on. There is so much wonderful stuff, but mainstream media and the mainstream narrative is not going to tell you any of that, because you're easy to control when you're scared out of your mind. So don't be scared. Gather your wisdom, your knowledge, your integrity. Meet up with us and others. Share the good content and really be prepared to be amazed in this upcoming year. And that's about all I have to say. I hope you get a chance for a lovely cup of tea. Maybe you're a coffee person. I don't know, whatever floats your boat. But I hope you just can take a few minutes and digest what I've said here and consider yourself amazing. Consider yourself miraculous. When we think about how big our galaxy is and how many galaxies there are just in this quadrant of space. Oh my goodness, our lifetime is so significant, so small. It's a miracle we're here at all. So let's put it to good purpose. Let's love each other. Let's be kind to each other. Let's work on stretching out our empathy and our compassion into greater dimensions. And let's take charge by first taking charge of ourselves, our minds, our bodies, our souls, and moving outwards into our community. I'm very excited for this upcoming year. Very excited to be connected with all of you. And whatever your cultural expression is for this time of year, I wish it to be very happy, very peaceful, and very fulfilling. Really appreciate the people around you, the people who you love, people who love you, what you have, what you've accomplished, because you're friggin' amazing, each and every one of you, or I wouldn't be here. And I guess that's it. Put my tea down and just say thank you. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for sharing time with me. And thank you for sharing my content with other people. And I look forward to speaking to you again very soon. Much love. Mwah. Much love.